There we go. Alright, let us get into position. So, first of all, let's just start bringing up the overlays for the streaming capability. So, you can see there on the screen, we've got a cap zone in front of us. I don't even know where I am on the map. Right, okay, so spawn with me now. Right, so there we go. Gorodoc version AAS V1 being played tonight. We'll make the streamer squad. Maybe we might catch a glimpse of what's happening for the other guys. Well, we are waiting on those other guys to make a squad. Squad Ops, FA and SVG already in. Come on, Tog. There we go. Is that... Oh, no, Tog have not made... Come on, Tog. Don't be like that. So we are live on start. We have 1 minute left. There we go. Tog have spawned in. See if we can glimpse anything from the squad comms. Hopefully we'll see some really good squads tonight.
Take a logi. I'll drop a fob, but I won't spend the logi down there.
I'll grab the BTR. Do you guys want to take SVG and Tog? You want to put a couple guys in my BTR? Take like 3 guys each.
Yeah, we catch a ride in the BTR.
One of you guys want to take the logi truck as well?
So that's the Russian start. The guys we are following tonight are the Russians. Let's just decide them on. Be interested to see what flank can be taken. So this northern side here, this neither upper, neither lower, we always see just in the centre screen. The fortress.
One of you guys, just in case. Sour and get in the BTR with me.
Sometimes we see a crucial fob going down in there to protect neither upper and give a supply point for neither lower. We are live. Right, let's see how quickly these guys are getting out of the main zone now. We can see them spawning in. Can I see militia? We can see into militia, but we can't see anyone, unfortunately. We are too far away, so...
One of you guys want to take a logi? Who hasn't, alright. Yeah, take a logi,
yeah, so... One logi north, one logi south by the looks of this.
Yep.
Fairly standard play, I think. One north, one south. Obviously, you've got to remember that that first cap is vulnerable. We can see a logi for the militia going south, and my word, that techie's going for it there. Oh, no, they've stopped. I was going to say, the militia could actually get down and stop the cap on the first point for the Russians, Desna, if I can remember the name. Bring the map up there, because it's been that long since I played this map. We are seeing a massive rush from the militia to try to get to neither lower to begin the cap there as soon as their first point is capped. We are seeing the first point of the militia being capped. The first point, Desna, is now being capped by the Russians. So... BTR rushing into neither lower, upper either. I'm going to get confused so much with these names. This is neither upper, this is neither lower. If I get it the wrong way around, guys, chastise me all you want. So, not much in the way of squad comms. I feel as if they probably have planned this. I know that SVG do like to do the planning on a Saturday or sometimes on a Sunday. So, there is a plan here. We're just not seeing the full thing yet or hearing it. Very silent on squad comms, so looks like we've got the Tog crew are moving in onto neither upper point, along with FA with a BTR in support, and then down neither lower we can see literally the entire militia. That's got to be a fob.
Can we build north maybe somewhere?
That is a definite fob, because that is the entire militia team have just spawned on neither lower here. So militia capturing Solniki, Russia capturing Desna. So the cap game is now on for neither upper and neither lower. So,
alright, we got this. If you guys get fob down, I can drop another, or I can supply it.
So that's a good looking spread there from the Russians and from the militia. In fact, the militia rushing to get to the hills. In fact, we're going to see contact here from FHB and FA and COG straight off the bat. This will be a good first contact, I feel. Oh. Yodatsmus Prime taking the first death of the game there. Good GLs there. BTR flanking round to the militia's south, pinning them down on the rocks there. Backing off. So, as I can see, they can't really see much through that. There's a lot of trees there. Looks like Turquoise looking for the RPG shot down there. Militia pushing up the hill, wiping out most of F8. In fact, yeah, Militia pushed F8 off the top of the hill nearly. 3-man squad here from FA now, pushing back across. Taking shots from FHB. Oh, sorry, from COG. And OMDB, so a big push up the hill here from the militia, wiping out the Russians there, trying to make their push. So let's have a look and see what we've got going off down the south side of things. See what. So that was a great first contact there. Obviously, we're now at stalemate. The militia have both north and south hills covered, and there it is. There's the flank. Now, as I was just saying about the fortress fob. Now that is a very ambitious logistics truck here from the militia. Oh, if they can do that, that's going to be amazing, right? So both, neither lower, neither upper, both caught at the same time. No, they are. I feel as if that logistics truck's going to get spotted by something. Surely the BTR spotted this logistics truck right now. Now, too busy looking at the infantry. Militia pulling a blinder here, getting a fob in behind. It's like probably one of the more obvious spots, I believe, from past experience, having watched it. But nonetheless, a fob going down on the fortress just north. Oh, this is where the plan could go awry very quickly. They need to get this fob activated ASAP because this BTR is about to spot this logic truck. Oh no! Oh, FA, you've just missed out on the logistics truck of FHB. So, they have been spotted, however. BTR now putting the logistics truck under fire. Ooh. Now, if I was a Russian, I would be getting someone up into that fortress ASAP, having just seen a truck there. That sounds very likely. So, yep, there we go. Someone else doing the same presumption that I would. Militia, on the other hand, have decimated on the south side now. North side, not so much. The Russians still holding down. SVG holding down the northern side against the Indies. Many of the SVG down now, but many of the militia down also. Question is, though, does anyone have a medic? Oh, Indies now.
South view, so expect contact to your south, squad 4.
So a bit of a line going off at the moment. A southern and a northern fob for the Russians, and a fob at Desna just in case they need to go back down there and defend. Very wise choice there. So SVG finally succumbing here. One SVG member left. Looking the wrong way, unfortunately. OMDB's Peru's looking there for SVG's Renegade. I believe Peru's has seen him, and down goes Renegade. Right, so let's. Oh.
Okay, alright, cool. Where are they on here? Are they northeast? Coming from the east. Coming from the street.
So we're seeing a good push here by the militia, but the Russians having to pull a squad out the fight now to Cone Fortress.
Right, there's a fob up here where I'm at, taking it down.
Right, so there's Red 6 finding that fob that was placed in Fortress. While the COG guys here, is that Cannon or Canian? Still alive, but that fob has definitely been lost already. The Russians not doing a bad job here of just holding their own. I know that it seems like they're getting pushed back, but the militia will dominate the wooded area. They don't have the sites that the Russians do. But they definitely do have advantage over long ground with the Russians with having more scopes. SVG now coming to wipe out the south side where there's a COG FHB mixed couple of squads here just try to push their way up. That's my AK taken down by Jasper. Jasper going down to Call of Duty. So, at the moment, nothing really happening with upper. Lower is well protected by the militia. They've done a really good push to get the Russians concentrated on just holding neither upper. The southern fob now has been fully defended from the militia who were up on it. So, that's really good job there by squad ops. They've done really well there. Militia now starting to respawn on the fob in the red house south of neither lower. So we're starting to see the plans of each team coming out on each other now. It's no, I think it's going well. Bear with me. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Just have to bear with me a minute. I just need to sort something out.
Squad 3, we need you closer to the flag, please. Got a lot of problems.
On our way, moving now.
Yeah, my apologies for that. I just had to refresh the browser so that you guys could send messages and such and I'd be able to actually see. Right, let's see then. What can we see here? So, militia now got a foothold in the double red. That definitely sounded like a good emplacement on the eastern side, sorry. So, a BTR chasing down a techie there. Let's try and get in on this action here if we can. So FA now jumping out of that BTR, getting in behind the fob in the red house here. Your Datsworth Prime might be the first one to go again. BTR is still trying to chase down the techie. I think the techie has actually managed to hide. Yes, the techie has managed to hide in the woods. BTR has lost its prey. However, it's all about this 5-man squad of FA here and a logistics truck coming in here. Oh, this could be a good catch for the FAs. Let's have a look here. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh, Salami gets out. So the fob has been supplied. So FA now know that there is definitely a fob here. They just don't know where. Your Dats was Prime aware that he's got enemies behind him now. Down goes pin 2. Red 6 and Yodatsu's Prime trying to counter one another in the field. So, yeah, FA did see the fob supplies go down. And there goes Red 6, Yodatsu's Prime, bleeding but haven't taken down. Looks like Hayes has found the fob. Hayes on the building where we believe it is. There it is. He definitely knows it there. We can hear it, so that means he can hear it. He knows the fob. So the Russians have found the fob. So let's have a look a bit more at the wider picture. So still a massive battle going on for this southern hill. The militia definitely try to use the cover of the trees against the Russian squad ops going down there. Lots of squad ops, lots of SVG down. But then again, so is a lot of the militia. We're seeing only an odd survivor on the militia side, using smoke to try and hide away from the Russian scopes. A small contingent of Russians pushing, militia pushing into the Russian held zone.
Should we fall back and help you? At the fob? Squad 1?
So that is the fob on neither upper getting some pressure now. Is that COG? I'll try and make. Oh no, there's Indies. Indies have found, or they're putting a lot of pressure on the fob at neither upper. Togmex calling that the fob's been surrounded. Well, at the moment, you've only got one guy. Ooh, I wouldn't do it, guys. You've got that held fairly well. Russians now having been killed. All but one of FA have all been killed, but the fob has been found now. Do we think that the militia will be digging this down now that they know that where it is? It's still there, no one digging it down.
Squad 3 and 2, how are you doing? On Aniva, low.
FA's Pin 2 there. Is it? Pin 2?
Regrouping.
No. So that's FA's Mato going down. Obviously, a medic getting Red 6 back up there. Red 6 going down to a grenade there. Really good grenade, whoever threw that. And the militia medics now starting to get to work getting their guys back up. So a bit of a stalemate going off right now. Both sides have made efforts at getting to one another's fobs. It looks like they both know where each other's fobs are now. Ooh. So here we... So a logistics truck. We definitely have some form of spawn up here.
Copy.
So this is FHB. And is that a fob? Yep, there we go. There is the fob. So obviously the Fortress fob was a bit ambitious. If FHB were to hold now and allow FA to run west-east as we're now looking at it, we're looking south here, allow that squad to move off, the FHB guys are then in behind the enemy again, and they almost certainly know where the Russian fob is. Oh, FHB now putting shots down and alerting the FA guys to their position. I'd have said that was a tactical mistake there from the FHB guys. I'd have left them to run and try getting behind. Is that a... Who? Wow, well, the Indies guy's still alive right next to the fob here. That's good effort, that. That is good effort. This area was just crawling a minute ago. But who is that? That is definitely worth a mention there. Hiding in the doorway here. Kaluma. Well, hats off to you, sir. You managed to hide when the entire enemy team was on you, pretty much. Kudos, sir. Kudos. Again, Southern Hill having all the activity. We're seeing a lot of militia and Russian pushers along this ridge. So there's the call out now that we've got one north. So north and east, so they're fairly standard coming from the east. Squad ops in a really good formation. They're just covering the southern hills, making sure that the militia are pushing through. Having taken down a COG member very far to the southeast there, in fact directly south of their fob, the militia should be wondering now why they're taking contact that far, or that close to their fob, should I say, not that far into their territory, but that close to the fob. FHB now, as I said, a 3-man of FHB against a full squad of FA. It's just alerted them to the presence that they had some kind of spawn happening up in the north. It looks like FA now will sweep the area, which would be a wise idea. Having taken contact, these are some new buildings. I've not seen these before. Yeah, you see these things when you don't play the game. Instead of streaming, you find it. So here we go. FHB now respawning on the fob. I wouldn't move out. Look, oh look at this. He's moving with them as well. If he just sat there and waited, we've got a couple of TOG guys up on the fortress now, acting as spotters. I don't know. Will they have eyes? Let's see. Let's see. So we've got a couple of TOG guys. They could see them from here. Let's see. The next spot.
I've seen enemy in the front, east, really close.
So Mex and Banakin now having, or Bananakin having seen the FHB guys. So militia now for the first time started to feel the real pressure. Russians having actually made headway off of their own cap flag, their own defense. Oh, Malambro going from the side here. Down goes Donny the Squeaker. Oh, and down goes Malambro. I do like this map for the close... Oh. I was going to say I do like this map for the close quarters tactical, but here we see a massive militia flank here come upon the southern fob of Russia. This is going to hurt and sting in a minute once the fob is taken down. It's the Indies guys. Oh, they're on that fob. they've found that. So I'm waiting for the panic calls of the fob is going down, and they're not really trading off for the fob on there. I see a lot of militia stuck in the fob area, but that's going to sting a bit. That's quite a few tickets lost for the Russians. Although saying that, the Russians now make a really good push down into the cap zone.
We just found enemy up here.
So Tog, Mex and Bananakin having found that fob of FHB. So there might be a double trade here, but FHB turning round? No, yes. No, FHB coming in from the north side now. They're going to try and sandwich the cap point here. FA taking shots in the back. But cap point now being neutralised by Russians. Russians are now neutralising Neva Lower. We've got a fob gone. Is that gone? Yeah, fob gone to the south for the Russians. And the militia now losing one to the north. Remember, militia have already lost one from the earlier quick fortress push that FHB tried at the beginning of the round. No longer neutralising, so militia now forcing the men off the fob onto the point.
Full squad coming in from the southeast.
That's a good shout from squad ops. They've obviously got eyes on this full squad of Indies making the push to the south. So, fob not really under any pressure at the moment. OMDB. Sorry, OMBD. I will say that right one time. I promise you, I'll try. So OMBD now trying to hold the fob down there. Only one enemy was on it, but obviously the Russians do know where that fob is. They are aware of it. FHB now having taken the northern side, but lost a... Sorry guys, I always forget to do that. Damn it. And one day I'm going to set up my stream right, I swear. One day. Thank you for the kind comments though. Thank you very much. So yeah, we've got a tete-a-tete going on really. Russians now pushed off the point mainly. There's a remnant of FA who didn't get shot in the back by the FHB crew who came in from the north. But FHB need to watch out because that fob has now gone down. Tog, Mex and Banana King coming behind. Mex being the squad leader, come and put down the rally point. The rest of Tog now watching south on Indies. No response on the squad. Squad lead channel is very quiet for this.
We're working hard on it.
This kind of game. I'd have expected to have heard a little bit more. Now, Indies having lost roughly half their guys. Tog having dropped one guy of their own there. So Indies kept at bay, I think, there by Tog. I think Tog have got that situation handled. Now this is painting a picture. We're seeing a neutralization now. A lot of down militia, a lot of down Russians, but Russians holding the cap. And look at that. I would say that FA have managed to cover the exit of the fob. Yes, they've got that covered. So as militia spawn now, they've got to enter into the kill zone of FA. GL hitting the door through, they're not taking down Von Flaxen and whoever else is alive in there. I can see medics working. Donny, the squeaker, now making a rush. One down. Two down. So Donny the squeaker having made it in. Whoops, so I went the wrong way. We'll try and go the right way. But militia now going up.
Which one?
So Indies now getting their guys up as well. And getting pushed in. Indies are now pushing in. Tog going down. Obviously can't cover two places at once, unfortunately. Ooh. Sorry guys, I've realised that I didn't introduce myself as usual. It's ZXDs and Mohom here tonight. Obviously, some of you have heard me before, I'm not very good at streaming, as I've shown my ineptness to set up the stream right before start. I do apologise. One day I'll do it right. So, Russians now on the fob of militia. A lot of militia behind them now up. Have they finally taken the fob? I didn't catch that. I did see. No, it's still here, so need to be digging that militia down, pushing back, but FA doing a really good job here of holding off COG, FHB and OMBD. It's crazy. Now, someone's just commented about if that's the militia's only fob, they're in trouble. Well, looks like we have a fob of some kind up here.
Roger, we're getting in the cap now, with capping Nivelo now.
So definitely some spawn up here. Probably the tree. But in come the COG guys now.
Squad 1, you might want to hold Niva upper.
Pushing in, so that's going to come in on the northeastern side and hit right behind the FA guys. Tog Mex might be able to spot them though. Tog Mex and Bananakin earlier finding the fob from watching guys running in. We're seeing the neutralization still happening. But the Russians having been killed off the fob. Is that fob still here? I don't hear a fob. No, that fob has gone. FA now quite secure on the point. But they've got incoming from east. So they're going to have to be aware of that now. Neva lower is being capped, but now Neva upper is also being neutralised. Indies having made it onto the point in numbers. Tog just off the point there in the fob. The fob is just off the point, as we can see here by the little line. You might not be able to see it so well, but there's a line that I'm hovering above here. This is the edge of the cap zone. These guys need to be here. So, oh, no, it's okay. So we have seen the defense working well. Tog, SVG, both defending well there against the single squad of Indies. I'm not seeing anything coming from anywhere else at the moment. There's no major flanks happening. So that Indy's still coming up from behind. Might have a rally point down there. I don't think they'd have a fob. I think that's too direct. FA and squad ops now neutralising Neva lower, which means that the defense is.
Neva lower then because they can't neutralize it in time. We might want to get someone heading to Soloninki as well.
So there's some forward planning now. FA thinking about the long game.
Take, if you got some dead dudes, get them to take a fob truck to Soloninki, stick a fob there, and we'll start hitting that.
So definitely the militia liking the long grass fields. Someone to hide and shoot. Now a lot of fire concentrated on this northeast side. I'm not seeing many militia being in. Oh, OMBD coming in on the north. I said it 3 times just to make sure. Oh, I'm just going to start saying remembering death. It's going to be easier. But I can see a couple of militia. Yeah, militia expecting the push here. We can see a logistics vehicle there now looking to put down a first line of defence fob really for the militia, and we've got a full squad now on Saloniki ready for the cheeky push. It's FHB have come back to Saloniki ready for the push. Spot on the river. Wow, these guys are really expecting to have a quick push on them. So that's an Indie spotter there. So we've got literally all the Russian forces just still up on Neva. I don't know. I'd say it'd probably be worth the Russians staying up here. Soloniki's not an easy push for the Russians, but FA's Red 6 and Voyager now start to move south.
We've almost got Neva lower.
It looks like this compound is a fob area now.
I'm gonna get a fob truck going at Soloninki.
For FHB.
I'll put down there as soon as I can.
The supplies have gone.
Pressure on both.
So there we go. There's the fob as called in that compound. So yeah, we're seeing some wide-ranging tactics happen now. A techie for the FHB guys as well. With neither upper, neither lower both secured, not many militia left to deal with, apart from that northeastern side now where they're coming dribs and drabs from this forest. There's the spawn. There we go. I did say there was a fob up there, I just missed it first time round. Just hiding in the bush there.
Enemies crossing the river northeast of Anubisvalor.
FA Red 6 now calling out this movement of men across the river. OMBD Death now pushing SVG on the northern hill. As we see the Russians quite central on the point, not too worried. A nice defensive line there looking east, although a nice, well, it's almost two fronts here, a north-south line and an east-west line on the northern hill. Obviously the northern hill's taking the contact right now. So Squad Ops and OMBD Death and FA just facing it off. SVG waiting on the top of the hill, lying in wait, ready for OMBD Death to pop the heads over the top. Oh, great full auto spray from Robbie there. Trying his best to stay in cover while he bandages and gets shot in the arse for it. Pintu taken down. I'm not sure from where. You can see lots of bandaging happening from the militia pushing up the hill. Lots of arrows turning from up to down. SVG pulling out a great flank here now on the northwest side of the northeastern push. Oh, that was some great shooting there. That's JLG there, and Call of Duty as well. Now getting eyes on the river. So that's great. So, oh, that logistics vehicle's a bit near Saloniki. Let's leave these guys here to defend. Although it looks like the militia have mainly pulled back now. Yeah, we've got some spawning on the south side, but
Who's good for Saloniki, guys?
militia just sat on Saloniki now.
I just died, but I'm gonna get in the fob truck and put a fob south or west of Saloniki.
So southwest of Saloniki.
I'll let you know like a minute before I do it, and just tell you guys to hold spawn. So
The militia are already there, so we're going to see a little bit of pressure staying up there. We've now got a bit of a split. We've got the Russians holding in the north, ready to defend, and then we've got the militia in the south holding, ready to defend, and a little bit of, well, the Russians are getting ready to push, and the militia know that, and the militia are getting ready to push, and the Russians are trying to counter it already.
We'll hold defense on Anubisvalor. I can push wherever you guys want.
So the militia are quite spread out across the map. They're looking, they're probing, ready for where this push is going to come from. It's quite spread along the river. Just try to look out. The FHB guys just try to find where that first Russian offensive's coming from. I'd say it's gone very quiet, really, and neither upper and neither lower both well Russian held. I think the militia are holding back for now, waiting to see where. Or saying that, I can see militia spawning in at main as well. I don't know. We're at a point where we're waiting for one of the teams to make that first push. I mean, we know that there's a fob vehicle down the south side of the Russians waiting, so there'll be Russians waiting spawning. The militia having died and failing to push across that northeast, now fully blocked by the Russians there. The Russians, nearly half the Russian team there, really. Definitely more than a squad, just watching towards that fob of the militia. In fact, did we just see a spawn in there? Would that be a rally point possibly from COG? I don't know. But Russians holding the river quite well. Militia spawning sporadically from the south on the new fob that we saw go down from FHB as they were coming back in. And now a massive flank. Look at that. They were well scared of being spotted. That is a flank and a half, that. So all the way down to the south edge of the map nearly. Look at that. All the way down in the 11 row. that's something else to watch. Have a look here. The techie. I don't know, probing? Don't know. The adapter was priming there. While there's other FHB clambers just probing onto the western side there a little. Not going to find anything other than finding the fob on dead zone if they get that far. This is where we can see. Oh, that's a long way to be out. So, like I say, militia just spread across the map at the moment. Just try to find out where the Russians are. The Russians just sat on defense at the moment, and oh, they have been spotted. The Russians have been spotted. It looks like Indies that have found them. So, no fob down yet that I can see. Oh no, the fob is there. And active. And techie with Indies there. But I hear a second, I can hear a second techie coming up now. So there's your Dactylus Prime. So we now have 2 techies here. I see a few downed Russians and 1 logistics vehicle running away. It's calling for people to spawn on the fob, but right now that would be a very, very unwise idea with a techie with eyes on it. Blast on my AK is about to feel a blast of someone's AK. FHB and Indies working very well together there, finding the fob almost instantly. And is that no longer spawnable? That is no longer spawnable on that fob. So unless Atario can do anything here, which I don't think he will, he's got militia coming up behind him as well, taking shots in the back, trading as well. So that's a fob down for the Russians. So now equal on the fobs going down. So let's get our way back up to defense, see what's happened up there. So a failed push by the Russians, as I was saying. I don't feel as if the Russians would be well played to push there. So we're seeing quite a spread of militia out on the uncappable Neva upper, but looking ready to do an eastern flank. They'll probably be looking for the fob that it looks like
Is that an enemy fob marked south of Neva?
Angel is on, or Angel. Looks like Angel about to take down another Russian fob. Should be very costly. Yep, he's found it. So
Squad 1, pull back, please. We got enemies coming from the northwest to the Neva lower.
Copy. We're just gonna check for an enemy fob and then we'll fall back.
So militia now making a counter-attack now. A very heavy presence on the south-eastern side, and some coming in from the west, as well as taking down the fob in Neva upper. Neva lower fob not yet active, so Russia relying on rally points for now. SVG having taken down a fob on the northeast, so we're going to still be even on fobs taken down, but there is the ticket bleed we have to think about. So we've got 303 tickets on the side where there is no ticket bleed, and we've got ticket bleed on the other side. Take it to the... There's a lot of vehicles dead for the militia. I don't feel as if this game is going to last much longer. I reckon we might see it up before the hour mark. So this is going to be absolutely crucial that the Russians hold on to this to assure that they have won this match. The Russians should be pulling all the resources back here now.
Squad 4, if we don't hurry to help Neva lower, they're being attacked from the north, so expect enemy contacts as soon as we cross this river.
So we now have a BTR down on the south side.
It'll be somewhere on the hill and more to the west. What one? Flag is good now.
So we've lost the Neva upper fob, and we've got militia forces coming in behind everyone. Tog all on one building there. I don't know if that's something that they've been practicing, but one would say that that is not the best of tactics, just seeing on one area. SVG now coming back to support the Togs, who are face off against Tog versus Cog. So, Tog versus Cog. Didn't think I'd be saying that tonight. Ooh, not a bad shot, but just a little too far. So, looks like we've got friendlies going down there on top of one another. Tog now feeling pressure from Cog. SVG just slowly making their way in. And FA are now pushing the fob.
Keep that fob safe, I'm bringing a logi.
So let's have a look and see what we can see on the map. So that's a massive distance to run from that fob to Saloniki. I just don't think it's worth it for the Russians right now. They're best off consolidating and holding on to what they've got. They don't need the land grab of the south. Especially not with a fob that far away. So squad ops, again, once again, going up against a militia fob. Making some headway towards it. But Olbenburg Death now spawning back in on the fob. And using the windows to their advantage. This is a very good compound, really, when we look at it. A lot of open ground, a few holes in the wall for them to stick guns through. So you can get a good view out of these, really. So definitely using that to the advantage. So this is a lot of open ground as well for the Russians to cover to get to it. Kawhi being told not to try and get to them. Well covered by the Olbenburg Death crew. Those bodies are not getting up anytime soon, Kawhi. You'd be best off getting him into the south. So we're about to see an active fob, yeah, active fob. With supplies. Now, Cog have made really good headway here on the building where Tog were held up. And Tog doing a really good job of defending that one compound. SVG doing well to support. So Steibel making it in between both squads here. Might be pursued by Call of Duty. So that Renegade's gone down as well. Looks like Steibel has been spotted by the Tog crew. A lot of shots coming in on him. Call of Duty looking the wrong direction. Steibel putting out RPGs, hoping to take out some of the Tog crew in that building. And JLG, some great shots there. And JLG then going down to the Cog members that's still up. Must have a rally point over here.
We just focus on an evil lower defense and don't detect squad. Pulling my whole squad back right now.
So there we go. What I've been saying for the last 10 minutes is now happening. The going to consolidate the defense rather than make the push for Saloniki. Squad 2 well out there now. So FA just going to be a one-man push on Saloniki. A lot of militia now around Saloniki, south, north. Oh, and there it is. So yeah. So good to see that I do know a little bit what I'm talking about there. That's a great win there for the Russian army. 223 tickets, a massive win there. So I'm hoping to see something similar in the next round. We'll see COG, OMBD, Indies and FHB pull off something similar. Maybe they might hold back a bit more. That might conserve tickets. We don't know. So we're going to go for a 5-minute break here by the looks of it. So I'm going to go off and have a drink and wet my whistle. And then we will be back. So we'll see you in 5 minutes.